Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the English Practice Podcast for a new useful lesson. I am Anna, and I am very happy to continue learning with all of you right now. Today's essential topic is important: how to talk about your job in English. We will learn many simple words and phrases to describe your daily work easily.
Hello, Anna. I am Ben, and I am happy to guide our listeners through this exciting new episode today. Please listen very carefully to our conversation and try to understand all of the common, simple vocabulary. Remember to repeat the simple sentences after us to quickly improve your speaking skills. Your job is a very common topic for every first conversation you have with new people.
Then let's start with the most important and common question that we must ask today. The simplest question is always, what is your job title? Or what is your profession? This question is a perfect way to begin a friendly conversation with anybody new you meet. Please tell us about the specific kind of work that you do every single day.
That is a great starting point for today's very important conversation and lesson, Anna. My main job is working as a doctor in a very large hospital in the city center. I spend all of my working day helping sick people feel better and stay healthy. I have been working in this very important profession for many years now, and I enjoy it.
That sounds like a very difficult and very important job in the current stressful world. A doctor definitely needs to be very smart and very calm every day for the patients. Where exactly do you work? Or what is the name of your specific hospital building? Do you work together with many nurses and other people?
I work for a large public hospital called City General Hospital, which is near the busy park. My main office is located right inside the emergency room area for fast help. I work closely together with a team of 6 other talented nurses every single day. Working in a team helps us quickly finish our difficult medical tasks.
Now, let's switch roles, Ben, so I can answer your question honestly. What is your job? Or what do you do for a living? Please tell our eager listeners about the kind of work that you enjoy doing daily with passion. Is your profession creative and flexible? Or maybe very technical and complex all the time?
My main profession is quite different from your busy medical work and challenges, Ben. I work as a high school English teacher for many young students in the city. I spend all of my working hours teaching grammar rules and creating new simple lessons for my classes. My job allows me to be very creative and constantly meet new smart students.
Can you tell us where exactly is your specific workplace located right now in the city? Do you work in a traditional big school building or maybe in a different kind of working location? Do you travel very far from your home to get to your job every morning quickly?
I work inside a very large and modern school building downtown near the Central Library. My commute is quite short because I only need to take the bus for about 20 minutes every day. The school environment is very good, and I have a comfortable large desk and a good computer. I enjoy seeing my nice coworkers every morning at the coffee machine.
Ben, is it possible for you to work from home sometimes, or do you always have to be at the hospital desk? Do you need many tools or special expensive equipment to treat all of your sick patients successfully? How often do you need to travel for your important medical work to a different city?
I usually always work from the hospital, so I must always be at my desk for the patients. I need many special tools and expensive equipment for my medical job every day. I do not travel very often, maybe just once a year for a large doctor's conference in a different city. Working in the hospital means I am always busy. Let's discuss the work environment more. What is the best part of working in a busy school every single day, Anna? Is it easier to teach the students when you are surrounded by other experienced teachers? Do you ever eat your healthy lunch with your teacher colleagues in the school canteen?
The best part of working in a school is the direct communication and easy collaboration with my fellow teachers. It is much easier to teach the students when I can quickly ask an experienced colleague for good advice. Yes, I always eat my lunch with my supportive colleagues in the school canteen every day. We often talk about non-work-related things during this peaceful time. What is the best part of working at the hospital most of the time, Ben? Do you enjoy the fast-paced environment, or do you prefer having quiet time to rest easily? Do you save a lot of money and precious time because you do not have to drive your car every day to work?
The best part of working at the hospital is helping people get better quickly every single day. I really enjoy the fast-paced environment because I am always busy and focused on the patients. I do not save a lot of money because I always drive my car to the hospital every single morning. The hospital is very big.
We know you're a busy Dr. Ben. Now let's explore the core. What are your key daily responsibilities? Please describe the specific, simple work that you successfully do every single morning. Your daily duties are important for all of our caring listeners to learn.
My main simple job is definitely looking at many sick people very carefully and quickly every single day. I must quickly decide what is wrong and what is the best medicine for them immediately. I also spend a large amount of time carefully checking their medical test papers and history. My day often starts with a very quick, short talk with my head nurse.
That sounds like a very hard and very important job that requires many long hours, Ben. Do you have to go to many long meetings with other hospital staff every single week? How much time do you spend talking directly to the worried families of the sick patients? Are you responsible for the final decisions about a patient's surgery?
I usually go to about 2 or 3 short team meetings every single week with all the medical staff. I spend a lot of time talking to the worried families because communication is very important for me. My main focus is entirely on helping the patient to feel much better and go home quickly. Final decisions about a big surgery are always made by the main surgeon doctor.
Let's discuss the simple work within my teaching job for all of our loyal listeners now. My biggest duty is always planning and teaching all of the weekly English lessons to my young students. I must research new simple topics and also write the detailed lesson plans for my classes. I also spend a lot of necessary time checking and marking all of the students' homework every week. My clear goal is always to create very fun and useful educational content for my students.
That sounds like a very nice and very easy set of simple duties that you successfully manage, Anna. Do you have to manage a big team of other teachers who help you successfully teach all of the different classes? How do you successfully choose which simple topics are important for the students in the next lesson? Do you get many good ideas and simple suggestions from your smart students?
I work with a very small team of just 2 other teachers, so I still do most of the planning and grading myself. I choose the important topics based on what the students need to learn for their future jobs. Yes, we get many excellent and useful ideas from our smart students in our classes. Our clear goal is always to make learning content that truly helps them speak English well.
Do you also have a major duty for talking with the parents of your students about their school performance every single week? How much time do you spend writing reports about your students and their marks for the school? What kind of simple computer programs do you use for showing your teaching slides?
Yes, talking with the parents of my students is a very large part of my important job now, which takes time. I spend about 1 hour every day writing reports about the students and their test marks for the head teacher. I use a simple program called PowerPoint for all of my weekly teaching slides. I must prepare my teaching slides carefully every time before class.
As a doctor, do you ever have to work in other parts of the hospital, like the children's room or the pharmacy during the day? Do you need to learn many different simple medical methods every single year to stay good at your important work? What is the most difficult thing you have to do every month in your hospital job?
I rarely work in other rooms, but I sometimes help the main surgeon in the busy operating room. I definitely need to learn 1 or 2 new medical methods or ways to help people every year to improve my skills. The most difficult monthly task is giving bad news to the worried families about a very sick patient. Anna, do you also need to learn about all the new teaching methods and rules in the busy education world now? What is the biggest hard part of managing your classroom of many young students right now? How important is it for you to be very creative and think of new ways to teach every single day? Learning new teaching methods is absolutely crucial for my success and for making my lessons fun and current. The biggest hard part is making sure all of the young students stay quiet and focused on the lesson easily. Being creative is very important because I must make learning fun and interesting every time. Our students must learn the English language well. Ben, tell us, do you have to deal with difficult patients or very angry family members at the hospital sometimes when they visit? Do you have a lot of freedom to choose your own flexible working hours every single day now? What is the most satisfying and happy part of your hard and challenging medical job?
I sometimes deal with a difficult patient, but usually the family members are very positive and supportive of our medical work. I have very little freedom to choose my own daily working schedule and hours easily now, as the hospital needs me. The most satisfying part is seeing a very sick patient get healthy and go back to their own home. That makes me feel very successful.
That is a great happy feeling. As a doctor, what is the longest time you spend only working without taking a quick break to eat food? Do you ever need to stay very late at night or on the quiet weekends to help an urgent emergency patient? What simple advice would you give to someone who wants to become a doctor now? I can sometimes spend 4 or 5 hours straight only teaching when I am completely focused on a topic or difficult grammar rule. Yes, I sometimes need to stay very late at night to finish my grading or prepare for a difficult class the next day. My simple advice is to study science well and practice being patient with other people every day. Teaching is exactly like learning a completely new language. We have talked about your important duties, Ben. Let's move to the next simple topic. What is your typical weekly work schedule? Do you usually work standard hours, or is your daily schedule very flexible for you? Do you start your work very early in the morning every day?
I typically work standard hospital hours, which means I start at 7 in the morning every single day. My schedule is not very flexible because I must be at the hospital for all the patients. I definitely must start my work very early in the morning every day without fail. The hospital is always busy from the beginning of the day. Anna, tell us, how many hours do you usually teach per week to all of your smart students? Do you think that teaching fewer hours would actually make you feel more happy? Do you prefer teaching mornings, or do you find yourself more creative and focused in the afternoon?
I usually teach about 30 hours per week, which is the standard time for a full-time teacher's job. I think teaching fewer hours would make me miss my students and feel less useful. I prefer teaching mornings when I am full of energy and ready to talk loudly. I use the afternoon time for grading and planning new lessons. Let's discuss your workplace, Ben. Is the hospital very close to your home or quite far away? How long does it take for you to drive to the hospital every single morning? Do you think the hospital location is easy for the sick patients to reach quickly?
The hospital is not very close to my home. It is about 20 kilometers away from my house. It takes me about 45 minutes to drive there every single morning because of the traffic. I think the location is easy for the sick patients to reach quickly because the hospital is famous. The hospital is well known in the entire city. What is the best thing about working inside a big school building every single day, Anna? Do you enjoy the quiet environment, or do you prefer having many colleagues nearby to talk to easily? Do you save a lot of money and precious time because you do not have to commute very far every day?
The best thing about working in a school is the direct, simple communication with all of the young students and my colleagues. I really enjoy the busy environment because I love seeing many smiling people all around me. I save a little bit of time because the school is close to my home, only a short 10-minute walk. I like walking every morning.
Do you ever have to work on the weekends or holidays at the hospital to help the new emergency patients? What is the hardest part about working on a busy holiday like Christmas or New Year's Day? Do you get extra money when you work on a weekend or a special holiday like Christmas?
Yes, I often have to work on the weekends or holidays to help the new emergency patients who come in. The hardest part about working on a holiday is being away from my family and my little children. Yes, I definitely get a lot of extra money when I work on a weekend or a special holiday like Christmas. The hospital pays well for that time.
Anna, what are the biggest challenges of teaching many young students in the same classroom every day? Do you ever feel very tired after talking loudly for many hours and standing up constantly? How do you ensure all the students learn the lesson correctly and easily?
The biggest challenge is making sure all of the young students listen and pay attention to my lesson all the time. I sometimes feel very tired after talking loudly for many hours and standing up constantly in the room. I give them many simple, fun exercises to ensure all the students learn the lesson correctly every day. Repetition is very important for learning. Do you think that the future of your medical work will involve more people working from their homes every day, Ben? What simple advice do you have for someone who feels nervous about talking about their salary in English? How important is it to be confident when you ask about your pay?
I certainly think that the future of my medical work will still require doctors to be at the hospital every day to help patients. My simple advice is to research the average salary first, and then practice asking the question clearly. It is extremely important to be confident and polite when you ask about your final pay. What is the most rewarding aspect of your job as a teacher that makes you truly happy and motivated every single day, Anna? Do you think having a good work-life balance is possible when you work from the busy school?
What is one specific thing you would change about your current working schedule right now?
The most rewarding aspect is seeing my students finally understand a difficult lesson and then start speaking English easily. I definitely think having a good work-life balance is possible because my weekends are always totally free. I would change nothing about my current working schedule because I love my school job very much. Ben, let's talk about how you truly feel about your very hard job now. Do you like being a doctor, and why exactly? Is your job difficult and tiring? Or do you find it very interesting every day? What is the best part of your work in the big hospital?
Yes, I really like being a doctor very much. It is a good and important job. My job is often difficult and very tiring, but I also find it very interesting every day. The best part of my work is seeing a very sick patient finally get healthy and smile. Helping people is the reason I like my job. Anna, tell us about your feelings now. Do you like being a teacher, and what is your favorite thing? Is your job easy and relaxing, or is it difficult and loud every day? What is the hardest part of your job in the large high school?
Yes, I absolutely love being a teacher. It is a very rewarding and fun job. My job is not easy. It is often difficult and sometimes very loud in the classroom every day. My favorite thing is seeing the students get excited when they learn new simple words. The hardest part of my job is the large amount of homework I must check. Ben, as a doctor, what is the biggest challenge you face every single week at the hospital? Is it dealing with very complex medical problems? Or is it talking to angry people? Do you ever feel stressed or worried about your work and the patients?
The biggest challenge I face every single week is not the complex medical problems or the difficult hours. It is definitely dealing with the lack of time to spend talking with all of my many patients. Yes, I sometimes feel stressed and worried about helping everyone get better quickly. I always try my best to do a good job. Anna, as a teacher, what is the biggest problem you face every single week in your busy classroom? Is it dealing with difficult grammar lessons, or is it trying to make the students quiet? Do you ever feel frustrated or unhappy about your specific teaching work?
The biggest problem I face every single week is definitely keeping the students quiet and focused on the new lesson easily. It is not the difficult grammar lessons. Those are actually quite fun for me to teach easily. I rarely feel frustrated or unhappy because I love teaching English every day. I try to make learning simple and very fun. Do you think that your doctor's salary is good enough for all the hard work and long hours you spend at the hospital? Do you think that loving your job is more important than having a very high salary to spend? What makes you feel satisfied at the end of a very long working day?
The doctor's salary is good enough for all the hard work and the long hours I spend at the hospital. I definitely think that loving your job is more important than having a high salary for long-term happiness. Seeing all the sick patients go home safely makes me feel satisfied at the end of the day. Anna, do you think that your teacher salary is good enough for all the time you spend planning and grading homework? Do you feel that your work is respected by the parents and the students every single day? What simple thing makes you feel happy when you are teaching a lesson?
The teacher's salary is not very high, but it is enough money for my simple life and my expenses. Yes, I feel that my work is respected very much by all of the parents and the smart students every single day. A simple thing that makes me feel happy is when a student speaks a new English sentence correctly for the first time. What is the worst part of working at the big hospital every single day, Ben? Is it the very long hours, or is it dealing with the many sad moments you see constantly? Do you find time to relax and forget about the difficult medical cases after work?
The worst part of working at the big hospital is definitely dealing with the many sad moments I see constantly in the emergency room. It is not just the very long hours. The sad feeling stays with me for a long time. I try to go to the gym to relax and forget about the difficult medical cases after work. What is the worst part of working at the big school every single day, Anna? Is it the difficult grammar rules, or is it checking the huge amount of homework every week? Do you find time to meet your friends and relax after your long school day finishes completely?
The worst part of working at the big school is definitely checking the huge amount of homework every single week. It takes hours. It is not the difficult grammar rules. Those are actually quite fun for me to teach easily. Yes, I always find time to meet my friends and relax after my long school day finishes completely. Do you think that having a doctor's job is easier or harder than a teacher's job, Ben? Why do you think one job is maybe more difficult than the other job right now? Do you believe both jobs are very important for society and the people in the city?
I think that having a doctor's job is much harder than having a teacher's job because I deal with life and death every day. I think one job is more difficult because my patients are often very sick and need immediate help from me. Yes, I truly believe both jobs are very important for society and for all the young people in the city.
Anna, what is the most enjoyable time during your whole working week as a teacher? Is it talking to your colleagues, or is it teaching a special new topic to the young students in your big classroom? Do you think that all people should try being a teacher at least once in their life? The most enjoyable time during my whole working week is always teaching a special new fun topic to the young students in my big classroom. It is not just talking to my colleagues. I love the students' excitement more than anything else. Yes, I think that all people should try being a teacher at least once in their life to understand the hard work.
Ben, let's look ahead to the next few years in your busy life now. Do you want to change your job or stay as a doctor forever? Do you plan to study new things or learn a new, very difficult medical skill soon? What simple advice do you have for someone who wants to start medical school?
I do not want to change my job. I want to stay as a doctor forever at the hospital. I plan to study new things and learn a new medical skill next year for my profession. My simple advice is to study science and math very well in school every day. The work is hard, but helping people is the best reward. Anna, what are your future plans for your teaching career in the next few years? Do you want to teach older students, or do you prefer staying with the younger students? What simple advice would you give to someone who feels nervous about speaking English at a new job?
I want to stay in my current job, but I plan to write a new useful English grammar book for my students. I prefer staying with the younger students because they are very fun and eager to learn new things. My simple advice is to practice the easy sentences many times before you speak to your new boss. Speaking is the key to success. Ben, what is the most important thing you learned about your job from talking to me today on this show? Do you think it is helpful to hear about different types of work like teaching? What is the one quality every good doctor must possess every single day?
The most important thing I learned is that teaching is also a very hard and very long job.
just like being a doctor. Yes, I think it is very helpful to hear about different types of work and the challenges they face. The one quality every good doctor must possess is total calm and very deep patience with sick people. Anna, what is the most important thing you learned about Ben's doctor job from our long conversation today? Do you think the very long hours Ben works are fair for the important things he does? What is the one quality every good teacher must possess every single day?
The most important thing I learned is how much time Ben spends helping people and talking to all the worried families. I think the very long hours Ben works are not always fair, but his work is very important. The one quality every good doctor must possess is a love for learning and much patience with students. We have talked about all the simple parts of working, Ben, which is great. Why is it so important for our listeners to learn simple English phrases about their job? Will talking about work help them make new friends in a new country? What is the one thing they should remember from our long episode today?
It is very important for our listeners to learn simple English phrases because work is a very common topic to talk about. Yes, talking about work will help them make new friends easily and understand the culture in a new country. The one thing they should remember is to use very simple words and speak clearly every time. Ben, thank you very much for sharing your wonderful experience as a teacher with all of us today. Your advice about learning and speaking English was truly very useful for all of our loyal listeners. We truly hope that this helpful episode assists them in their own daily English practice now.
Thank you very much too, Ben, for sharing your very important experience as a doctor with all of us now. It was very interesting to hear about your hospital work and all of your hard daily responsibilities. We hope our listeners now feel much more ready to talk about their own job in simple English. Now, we need to ask all of our loyal listeners to immediately practice the easy sentences we used today. Find a friend and ask them the easy questions. What is your job? And do you like it? You should try to write down your own answers using the simple English we shared in this show. Practice every day to become a great English speaker.
We want to encourage all of our listeners to write their own job title in the comments below this video right now. Tell us one simple thing you like about your job using the basic phrases we practiced in our long conversation. Your simple comments help our learning community grow stronger and bigger every single day.
We truly hope this lesson was very fun and very useful for your personal language learning journey. Remember to subscribe to the English Practice Podcast for more simple and effective English lessons next week. Thank you all for listening to us today.
Goodbye for now, and remember to keep practicing English every single day with Anna and me.